This is all you need to know about getting an Airbnb, and I'm going to share it with you for free with no fluff and no BS, because everybody deserves, if you want an Airbnb, to have an Airbnb, and I think a lot of people make it overcomplicated. So if you follow these 3 steps, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. The first thing you need to do is just pick a market. You can go on airdna.co, and it'll give you statistics of other people that are Airbnb-ing an area to let you know, is it a good area for Airbnb or not? Okay, I'll give you 5 markets that I love right now personally. I'll tell you that Nashville, Tennessee is on fire right now. I'll tell you that St. Augustine, Florida right now. I'll tell you that Jacksonville Beach and Jacksonville, Florida are on fire right now. Waco, Texas. I'll tell you that San Antonio, Texas. I'll tell you that Sedona, Arizona and Scottsdale, Arizona. I'll tell you that Henderson, Nevada and Santa Clarita, California. I'm going to give you a bunch of markets because I want you guys to win, okay? But follow the step right here. Go to airdna.co. Pick one of the cities I gave you, put in the top left corner, and what's going to happen is it's going to show you what the market looks like. If you follow this next step to a T, you'll be able to know if this market is actually a good market or a trash market. So here's what you do. When you put the city up in the top left corner, okay, what's going to happen, it's going to say market research. You want to check to see what the market score is. Okay, I'm gonna give you these 4 tips right here. The market score needs to be above 70. It goes from 0 to 100, okay? The second metric you wanna look for is you wanna make sure that the occupancy for that city is above 60%. The third metric you wanna look for is to make sure that the average daily rate, okay, for that city is above $150. And the last thing is to make sure there's more than 250 people that are Airbnb-ing in that city, but less than 10,000, so you don't hit saturation. And it shows you all that right there on AirDNA, guys. So this is how you do market research to figure out, is it a good area for Airbnb or not? Because what AirDNA does, it's a third-party scraping data. And what it does is it grabs data from other people that are Airbnb, and it basically pulls about a 2 to 3 mile radius with the same amount of bedrooms and bathrooms that you're looking for in your property, and says, okay, if this property is doing XYZ price per night, and it's going to do this per year, you divide that number. I'm going to show you the metric in a minute, but you can divide that number by 12 so you know what your revenue is going to be for your property. It's very simple, because once you guys learn this, what I just showed you, just step by step right here, you're going to have your first Airbnb. And I'm going to give you some other tips and tricks here in a second. But let's go to number 3, because on AirDNA, when you type in any address, let's say we're looking for St. Augustine, Florida. We think it's a great market because we checked all 4 of those, and yes, it does hit the barrier of over a 70 market. It does have over a 60% occupancy. There's more than 250, less than 10,000, and the average daily rate is over 150. So let's say St. Augustine, Florida is a market we're looking for. Well, now we can go to Zillow and find a property in St. Augustine, Florida that are for rent. Zillow is a great place because this is where my students go, and this is where I've went to find all of our properties. So what you're gonna do now to go to Zillow, find the properties for rent. Filter at the top where it says more, filter by property's been listed more than 4 months, so that we have landlords that are motivated and they're in pain because their property's been listed on Zillow for so long that literally they've been paying the mortgage, they've been paying the rent, they've been paying utilities, they've been paying their taxes, and they haven't been able to rent their property. They're more likely to let us Airbnb it. There's your first and final massive gem. Actually, I got one more for you. But so now we've went to Zillow in our St. Augustine market because we checked that first. Now you're going to go to Zillow, right? When you pick any of the properties, you're going to take the address and go back over to AirDNA and then put the address where it says rental calculator. Because now it's going to calculate that exact property and look at other Airbnbers right around that property. So once you put the address in the AirDNA, now it's going to give you the projected revenue. Now here's number 3. Take the projected revenue and divide that number by 12. We want to know what the monthly gross revenue is, okay? So now, let's say it's 50K, divide that by 12. Now I want you to remove 2 hard costs. These are the costs of doing business for Airbnb. 1, I want you to take off $800 off of that number. That's going to include your cleaning and your utilities. And 2, I want you to remove your rent payment, whatever the rent payment is that landlord is asking for. So you took your projected revenue, divided by 12, minus 800, minus the rent, and now that number that you have right there needs to be above $1,500. I'm giving you guys the gems. This video is full of gems. You know why? Because I love you guys. I want you to win. And I'm telling you something. I'm going to give you some other stuff right now, but that right there, once it's above 1,500, I would say to my students, yes, it's a great property. Okay. I checked the market, I checked the numbers, and it's likely that you're going to succeed as well based on doing, that due diligence and research and knowing what to do. If you just watch this video 3 or 4 times, you're going to know exactly what to do. You tell me another person is coming to you live right here like this. You tell me another person is coming on social media and give you the game like that. There ain't nobody doing. I'm the best in the business. I'm number 1 in the country as an Airbnb coach because I give you guys the game because I want you to win. And that's what's important to me. Because when you win, I win. And the amount of referrals I get every day from my students is unbelievable because I'm teaching them how to win. Okay, so now here's the fluffy stuff, right? You're like, what about the cleaning fees? We have a cleaning company, so we pay our cleaners $20 an hour, but you can go right on Turno, TURNO.com, and you can find cleaners. They'll bid for the job once you find a property. Simple, Turno.com. Number 2, maintenance. Okay, you can go to Thumbtack. Once you get your property, you're not going to be using maintenance that much. I'm going to use it a couple times in a year. It's not that big of a deal. You can find that on Thumbtack. Just find a maintenance person in the city and state that you're looking for, right? Simple. What's another thing? Long distance. Like, how do I have a property long distance? You don't go to your property. You're not going to hang out at the property. Hey, nice to meet you, Lan. Hey, nice to meet you. Come on up. My Airbnb's right up the street here. Right up the stairs. If you go to the right, there's the third door on the right. Like, you're not going to your property to meet people. You guys got to get out of your head that you're like actually going to meet. You don't meet people. So instead, what do? You have your cleaners, which are your eyes on your property when you're not there. Most of my students do not have property where they live. Not property where they live. They have properties in other cities and states. Okay, we're going to automate this process. I'm going to show you how to automate it so you don't have to be in the city and state, because most people that live in a certain city and state is not a good area for Airbnb. What's another fluffy thing that most people try to make complicated? The communication with the guest. It's going to come right to your phone. It's going to be a message. You hit accept, pre-approve them. They have a question, you just text it back to them. Once I show you guys how to automate this, the cleaners will be automated. You're not going to be talking to them and communicating with them on a daily basis. And your communication with the guest will be automated. This is the name of the game, guys. If you're working more than 15, 20 minutes a day, no matter how many properties you have from 0 to 50, you're overworking yourself. But most people don't know how to automate and delegate, and so they're struggling. That's why most people fail in Airbnb. No clue what they're doing. You guys are looking for signs on the side of the street. You don't even understand how to check your numbers in your market. And then you're wondering why you're coming out of pocket to pay a landlord. It's because you don't know what you're doing. Okay, if you want to stop wandering around, oh, I wonder if this is good. Oh, do I have to pay the landlord every month? Oh, geez, I'm gonna have to come out of pocket. Stop wandering around and get help. I'm your gatekeeper. I'm the best in the business. If you want help, let me help you. Okay, here's one thing I'll make a promise. If you and I work together, I'll save you thousands of dollars right on the front end. Number 2, hundreds of hours of trying to figure this out yourself. And number 3, you'll have the number 1 coach helping you along the way, holding your hand every step of the way. Fair enough? If you guys want help, put the word Airbnb in comments. I'll personally reach out to you directly. This is worthy. This video is worthy, in my opinion, of a thumbs up, a subscribe. If you truly are serious about getting your first Airbnb in under 30 days and you want help from the number 1 coach in America. God bless, be safe, guys. That's why I put this together for you. Bye.